coming to Deja Vu, I know that we have some of the best customers that come in here, some of the best fans for our features and stuff.
Agreed.
Do you have any memorable fans? I mean, I know they come and sit with you up in the VIP. Does anyone say anything funny, or do they get nervous around you?
One guy last night, he was the little dude wearing glasses. He kept stuttering when he was talking to me. Oh, that like breaks my heart sometimes. I'm like, it's okay. I'm a human.
Yeah.
I'm normal, but they look at it like they're looking at this whole spread of my face on all these movies and magazines. And honestly, in my mind, I'm just another person. I never register it as being anybody famous or anything like that, so it doesn't get to me. I just try to sympathize with them and make them feel as comfortable as possible. Probably the only memorable thing that I can say about here in Tampa at Deja Vu was Ice again. Super Bowl weekend telling me, look, when you go on stage, you should play Make It Rain. And it's not that I don't do like hip-hop music and everything in my shows, because I listen to hip-hop more than any other genre of music. I knew the song. I just like to dance to music that I know, and I like to have a purpose to what I'm doing. And it was basically just, look, play Make It Rain, just dance, Carmen. Just dance. Just play it and just dance. And I got on stage and I was like, I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know what you want me to do, but I'm just gonna do it because you told me to. I'm like, okay. Played Make It Rain, and I came out on stage, and at 4:30 in the morning, playing Make It Rain on stage naked, just dancing around. Mother truckers were just trying to outrain each other. There was one guy over here just going, come here, bending over in front of him, and he's doing this. The other dude over there is like, come here, and he's just like throwing money in the air. There's a guy in front, he's handing money to strippers. Strippers are throwing money, and I'm just standing in the stage looking at all this money just falling all down and I'm like, word? Really? Is this happening right now? I'm like, thanks, guys. That's probably the number one thing. And actually, I think I went out on stage just for a bonus one song thing, like no payment, no show, no nothing, just encore, like just play one song and come out on stage just so dudes could throw money at me. And that was the most memorable thing here. Maybe we can make better memories tonight. I feel like it's going to get crazy.
What do you prefer, guys or girls? What's your thing?
I have no preference. My last relationship was a female, and I really, really love her, but things just didn't work out. But I love men too. I could be in a relationship with either person. I really could for the rest of my life. I believe that love knows no gender. So.
Have you ever had a situation where you had a girlfriend and a boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
How did that work out?
He was someone I was with for 5 years, and she kind of came into the picture because he was a big fat hoe dog. And I was trying to prevent him from going elsewhere when I could bring it in and just make it more fun. And I ended up falling for her. And he didn't live with me, but she lived with me. But when he would come to visit, like, they didn't do anything by themselves, but they knew that I was his girlfriend, I was her girlfriend, and when threesomes happened, it just happened. So I loved her and I loved him, but it was just very open. It was an open relationship. And I ended up leaving his ass, and then I became a porn star, so I went to California, and things kind of ended with her. I still talk to her to this day. It's been about 6 years, and I still love her to death too.
Have you ever had a threesome off camera?
I've done a lot more than that.
A lot more than that. Oh no.
No, I've done a lot more than that. And some of it's been on camera, but it's my personal camera. Some of it I've forgotten about, and I've went through videos, and I'm like, sweet baby Jesus. I completely forgot that I did that, but glad there's evidence. Won't burn it, but I'll keep it forever. When I'm 80 years old, and I think about all the crazy shit I've done, my life has been very, very exciting. And I'm 26 years old. I could settle down right now and have a very simple job and be this way for the rest of my life. And I've had so much fun, and I've done so many things that most 26-year-olds would never be able to say that they've done. It's insane.
You have an amazing body.
Yeah.
Do you work out other than practicing for your routines or anything?
I do not work out at all. The last time I was even on a machine was at Christmas time, and I got on a treadmill for 20 minutes and I said, fuck this. I'm going to go get a glass of wine. I tell people that my exercise and my workouts are my show. 20 minutes on stage twice a night is very much cardio, but I have asthma, so it kills me a little bit. I'm pretty sure if I did work out, I'd be in a lot better shape. I really should work out, but I'm too lazy. When I'm done with my shows, the only thing I want to do is have dinner and hang out with friends and have movie night. The last thing on my mind is working out.
Now, when you go and you dance for a club, do you already have something set in mind to music, outfits?
Well, I've been featuring for about 5 years, and I come up with my own shows. What brings shows to my mind is the music. I'm a dancer. Like, I don't do pole work or anything else. I don't prance around on stage. So if I hear a good song and I know I can really dance to that song, then I try to think of what a good theme would be for it. But usually the first one is a theme show, like a puppet or a cheerleader or a biker or a Michael Jackson show like last night.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What made you want to get into this kind of industry?
I went to school, I had my bank job, I was a medical transcriptionist, and it still wasn't paying like my bills. So I became a stripper for the money, obviously. The money's whatever. I saw Homegirl come into the club, and I was like, okay, I could be a feature. And the excitement from doing shows and stuff like that made me want to feature dance. So I did more competitions to win titles, to be able to travel and have a name to travel with. The porn star thing was a happy coincidence. I started this mini website profile thing with a company that sent people looking for models and everything else to my profile. And Adam and Eve found me there to be a lingerie model with them. And they introduced me to kind of like the porn world, but I didn't do anything with them. The only thing I did was go to Vegas for the Gentleman's Expo, which is all of the strip clubs anyway, and I was already a feature. And I was literally walking through a casino, and I got stopped by Jessica Drake and Brad Armstrong with Wicked Pictures. They were looking for a Spanish-speaking contract girl. And I may look Spanish, but when you hear me talk, I'm definitely not Spanish at all. And they handed me their business card, and 2 months later, I had a 3-year contract, one of the biggest signing contracts in history for a contract girl. So it was just something that happened. Like, I wasn't trying to be a porn star. I didn't look to be famous or anything like that. Like, literally walking through a casino, and it was like, hey, card. And 2 months later, yeah, I got lucky.
So how many movies have you done?
About 19 movies. 19. And if you think about all the people that have gotten where I was when I was in the business, that amount of movies would never give them the name that I had. I say had because if I would have kept in the adult industry, I would have been a lot more famous than I was then, and I was a hot commodity, but that was only because I was with Wicked, a contract girl. I was making big time movies with them, even though there were only a few, and I was in the feature world, and I was the only porn star that went into the feature world and dominated that. Like most girls, there are showgirls who do shows, and they're just magazine models, and they don't have big names, so they try really hard, and they don't make a lot of money, and they're known for that. And then there are porn stars who get booked for their name. There wasn't anyone out there that was the #1 feature in the U.S. and was one of the top 20 porn stars in the U.S. at the same time. And it was only because I had fought and I wasn't lazy. Like, I fought to be where I was for 2 years, and I made it both work for me. So by only doing 18 movies, there shouldn't have been a reason why I'd have been as well known as I was, but it was only because I had not only that, but my feature career backing me too. So, and then I retired. I got where I needed to be. I got the money. I got the price that I was worth, and I got like the name and the feature shows and everything else. I was where I wanted to be, and then I left. So now I only feature because it's what I truly love to do, my shows.
So if you had to do a movie with anybody that's famous, who would you pick?
Guy
Because
or
I have a
girl?
list. Let's start with a guy first, and then we'll go with girl, because got to pick one of each.
It's been a long, long time since I've been asked that question. I would have to say 2 men, Jude Law, but the Jude Law in Cold Mountain, the country speaking, North Carolina, accent having, rugged Jude Law. And then Gerard Butler.
You don't have to pick someone famous. You can pick me if you want.
Oh, I'll sleep with both of you right now. Don't tempt me, because I have a really big dressing room here. There may not be a lock on the door, but they provide very good security, and I can make sure that mother trucker stands at the door and doesn't let anybody in, and I will occupy both of your time.
I was going to say, we should take this to a whole nother level and find out, what is your favorite position? We got to get a little dirty.
I like to be on top. I mean, in the most descriptive way possible. I have in my room a platform bed, those beds that are really low to the ground, and it's just like the one mattress, and then the back board is this solid, huge piece of leather, and it's the perfect height if someone's like laying there that you can straddle them. And how graphic can I get here?
You can get graphic.
We're at Deja Vu.
So you're riding
nothing's off limits.
So you're straddling him and you're riding his dick, okay? And the headboard's like, it's not this big bullshit. It's like this great just thing that you can just grip on. And the best thing that I like to do is I just like to see my boobs dangling in his face while I'm just riding his dick. Like, it gives you 2 different types of stimulation. You have your clitoris that's like rubbing against the stomach, and then if he's got a pretty good penis, I mean, he's hitting your G-spot too. And then with the boobs there in his face, I'm like, put it in your mouth, and it's just it's downhill from there.
What's the most fun you've had so far here?
I think the most fun I'm gonna have is when I get you 2 drunk and you're in my VIP room later.
So why do you think Deja Vu is such a great club and a great fan experience for somebody, a feature like you that's so great?
It is absolutely a number of things. Management, advertisement, the ladies, and location. I mean, Tampa, Florida, it's a phenomenal area. And the weather, the atmosphere, everything is just top notch. And I would come back every year if they had me.
You should come back every year.
I'll be back, don't worry.